is News 3 Now at 6.
Thank you for joining us. Ballots are already spilling into clerks' offices around Dane County, and those clerks may have more time to count them. This afternoon, a federal judge ruled absentee ballots postmarked by November 3rd can be counted for nearly a week after the election.
Well, that ruling for now means we probably won't know who won Wisconsin for days after the election, with many planning to vote absentee because of the pandemic. Amy Reed is looking into how secure the process is right now. Amy?
Clerks are expecting the vast majority of people to vote absentee, and they want to make sure that that is just as secure as the elections usually are. And one way that they are doing that is by giving you a secure way to drop off your ballot.
Pretty much every single one I ever could.
In all the elections she's voted.
It's a big deal to me to vote. It's my civic duty.
This year brought a twist for Rebecca Finster. Moments before I spoke with her, she turned in her ballot to this absentee ballot drop box outside Monona City Hall.
All the news about the post office, I don't like it that it's become an iffy thing whether they'll all get there on time.
This way was better for her. The all-metal drive or walk-up contraption is under 24-hour surveillance and has 2 locks and tamper-proofing.
This is the tamper evidence seal. It's a serial numbered seal that we would break. It doesn't lock the box, but it shows whether it's been messed with.
Joan Andrews, the Monona City clerk, said she used grant money to make it easier on Monona voters this year.
And it's really popular. People are definitely making use of it.
It may not look the same in your town, but the guidance from the state is the same. In Fitchburg, the drop box is inside the entrance to City Hall, locked and under 24-hour surveillance. We were there as the clerk's office emptied it, which they said they do every hour.
Clerks take it very seriously. We have a lot of processes in place that we have to follow, and we do our very, very best, and we make sure every ballot counts.
If you don't like this, you can still bring your ballot straight in, regardless of how. Clerks and people like Finster ask that you do it.
Please vote. It's so important to vote, especially this year.
That voter that we spoke with said something that I've heard a lot, that she doesn't trust the post office. But today, the Monona clerk told me that so far she's been very impressed with USPS getting ballots to voters, sometimes the next day, and already getting them back.
Amy Reed, live downtown. Amy, thank you.
Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul and Kenosha County DA Michael Gravely are providing an update on the ongoing investigation into the shooting of Jacob Blake. Let's listen in.
This has continued vigorously and thoroughly investigating this case, working to get as full an understanding of the facts of this matter as possible. That investigation, the DCI portion of this investigation, is now in its final stages. I do want to make sure to add a qualification to that, which is that a witness can always come forward. There may be additional information that a witness wants to provide. And also the prosecutor may request that certain further investigation is conducted. Now, along the way, as this investigation has moved forward, Kenosha County District Attorney Michael Gravely, who's here with me today, and my office have been in regular communication. And as we have communicated about this investigation as it's moved forward, DA Gravely and I have discussed the value that we believe a consultant with expertise in police practices can bring to the evaluation of this case. DA Gravely and I both believe that having an evaluation of the facts conducted by a consultant who can evaluate those facts in light of standard policing practices and explain where they are consistent with those practices or where they differ from them will help reach the most just outcome in this case. To make sure that there is no question as to the independence and objectivity of that consultant, DA Gravely has asked me to select a consultant. From my perspective, the critical characteristics in a consultant are that it's somebody who has the expertise needed to render a judgment that reflects expertise, and also somebody who is going to approach this assessment fairly so that we have a fair and objective analysis of the facts and the way that they relate to standard policing practices. So pursuant to that request, I did select a consultant, and one of the things we are announcing today is the identity of that individual. It is former Madison Police Chief Noble Ray, who's joining us here today as well. Chief Ray has extensive experience in law enforcement. He has been in the position about when used in the field. He served as assistant chief in Madison, and he served as chief of police in Madison. As chief, he was in a position to review use of force decisions made by officers. Following his retirement as police chief in Madison, Chief Ray worked on a national level, serving with the U.S. Department of Justice as a police reform specialist. He has analyzed cases involving use of force in cities around the country, and he has reviewed use of force policies that agencies have around the country. I am confident that Chief Ray will provide a thoughtful and fair analysis of the facts of this case.
So we just heard from Attorney General Josh Kaul an update on this investigation, and a big announcement from this is former Madison Police Chief Noble Wray. He is going to be investigating this shooting as what is called an outside consultant, and he was selected by Josh Kaul himself. Now, officials did not announce whether the officer who shot Blake will face any charges. This is why they brought in Noble Wray in for this investigation. The Wisconsin Department of Justice DCI investigation is in its final stages, but they did say that any witnesses can come forward at this time as well. The Attorney General says, again, anyone who has information encouraged to come forward. So we will continue to follow this case. We'll have the latest updates on News 3 Now and also on channel3000.com. Eric?
All right, let's check your first warn forecast now. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Well, we've got that hazy smoke from wildfires overhead, but skies are sunny across southern Wisconsin. Things are very quiet around here. It was a beautiful day. We had that hazy sunshine. There's the live view from the Edgewater Sky Cam. Just a few clouds out to our west and northwest. In fact, even a couple of showers and thunderstorms up in northern Wisconsin. But otherwise, things very dry across the Midwest, as has been the case for about the last week and a half. Temperature right now in Madison, 70 degrees. It's cooled into the 60s north and east of Madison, still in the lower 70s to the south and west. By tomorrow morning, we'll be in the middle 50s with mostly clear skies overnight. Tomorrow should be a sunny, hazy, and very mild day with a high of 77. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that includes some changes in the overall weather pattern as we head into next week.
Gary, thank you. The UW-Madison Chancellor is calling on the Dane County Executive's Office to help with enforcing COVID-19 safety guidelines in off-campus spaces.
Chancellor Rebecca Blank says even if the university moved to all online instruction, there would still be tens of thousands of students who would stay in Madison. She writes, quote, students are part of the Madison community. You cannot simply wish them away, nor should you. The chancellor is asking the county to help enforce gathering limits on off-campus spaces that are out of UW-Madison's jurisdiction. Last week, the chancellor said that in-person learning is the best format, and the university hopes a 2-week shift to online learning and quarantine of 2 residence halls can bring case numbers down. Online instruction will resume through Friday. Now, yesterday, Parisi again called for the university to go virtual for the rest of the semester, saying that campus reopening is the driving cause behind the recent surge in cases throughout the state. He says nothing that's happening right now exemplifies the Wisconsin idea. There were 56 new cases reported today, all UW-Madison students. No additional employees have tested positive on campus. Since August 7th, the university has seen a total of more than 2,700 confirmed cases.
Across the state, there are more than 1,400 new confirmed cases today. Yesterday, Wisconsin surpassed a total of 100,000 cases since the beginning of the pandemic. Now, the total is more than 102,000. 3 more people have died. Though it is still high, the positivity rate has dropped slightly to 18.7%. The 7-day average sits at 16.4%. More than 700,000 unemployment claims are still in process, according to numbers released today. Some people waiting on unemployment funding would trade money for one thing. Tonight, an open line of communication with the state.
They are hopeful Secretary Caleb Frostman's resignation last week will help push their claims through. Our Gabriella Becerra joins us live from downtown to share the reaction from those who've gone months without the money they need. Gabby?
Well, I asked the Wisconsin Unemployment Action Group their thoughts on this leadership change, and there's a lot of mixed emotions. Some say they're happy that Frostman resigned, and others don't think it doesn't matter. They just want their claims filled. One of these members is Hannah Naramore. She first filed on April 4th after leaving her job to quarantine. She says she's been waiting for claims to be answered ever since. She's worried a change in leadership might do more harm than good.
Kind of a catch-22. You know what I mean? I'm glad he's gone, but at the same time, we're all kind of worried we'll get set further back. with them having to switch over everything to someone new.
Regardless of who's in charge, those waiting say they want honest answers from the DWD about why their claims have gone unanswered. And the DWD tells us that all inquiries about their leadership should be sent to the governor's office. But the governor's office didn't respond to multiple requests for comment today. We also reached out to Caleb Frostman and did not hear back.
All right, Gabby, thank you very much. The deadline for completion of the 2020 census remains uncertain. Leaders of Madison's Complete Count Committee say a court decision was expected September 17th, but was delayed. Now it's unclear if the deadline will honor the Trump administration's original deadline extension to October 31st, or if the deadline will go back to September 30th after the Trump administration decided to rescind the extension in July. Now, regardless of if the deadline is September 30th or not, time is running out. If you haven't filled out the census, go to my2020census.gov or call that number there on your screen. A reminder, the census is directly tied to financial resources for local schools, affordable housing, health care, transportation, and much more. Everyone should complete the census, including immigrants. There is no citizenship question involved.
Coming up at 6, the Red Cross needs help as it deals with wildfires and hurricanes on top of the pandemic. We'll share how you can get involved.
Replacing your windows with Renewal by Andersen is easy. We're here when you need us, and we'll work with you the way you want. We can inspect your windows from the exterior of your home. And when it's time to install your new windows, we complete most jobs in as little as 1 day, minimizing the amount of time in your home. Our teams take health and safety seriously. It's the kind of experience you've come to expect from the Renewal by Andersen name, and the promise you deserve with our signature service.
At Papa Murphy's, we need seriously, chop seriously, and shred seriously. Because we're serious about Tuesdays, even if you're not. Every Tuesday, get a large pizza for just $10. Papa Murphy's. Change the way you pizza.
If you're hearing a grinding or squealing when coming to a stop, it's time to have your brakes checked. Meinike's 23-point inspection will identify the problem and get them in working order. Stop in or make an appointment online today. Meineke, doing car care right.
For our seniors, Social Security is a sacred obligation, a sacred promise made. The current president is threatening to break that promise. He's proposing to eliminate a tax that pays for almost half the Social Security without any way of making up for that lost revenue. I will not let that happen. If I'm your president, we're going to protect Social Security and Medicare. You have my word. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Come in today for Rubens' annual leather event. Rubens has received generous discounts from all our fine leather suppliers. Natuzzi, American Leather, and many other manufacturers have allowed Rubens to give you up to 10% off on all leather furniture. Rubens' downtown store and Westside store have many pieces that are available for immediate delivery. Remember, all interior design services are complimentary. Stop into either Rubens today for our leather event.
Due to hurricanes, wildfire season, and complexities of the pandemic, the American Red Cross needs thousands of volunteers. They've put out a call for people to help staff shelters, helping with registration, food, and information collection. They're also looking for health professionals to help with COVID-19 screenings at shelters.
As you can imagine, people that have been deployed, they're going to come up on their 2-week time and they're going to leave. So we need to replenish those volunteers. And unfortunately, the wildfires continue, and the need out there is going to be ongoing for weeks to come.
If you're interested in volunteering, you can visit redcross.org/volunteer or email volunteerwisconsin@redcross.org.
Still ahead at 6, a Madison man has endured a lot of bad luck through the pandemic. Why he hopes his story can inspire others to overcome obstacles. That's next. And the mild weather will stick around for most of the week. Gary will have an update on our next chance of showers in your first warn forecast. Stay with us.
Services, buy one air conditioner and get one gas furnace for only $1,000. BOGOs are back, and it's a beautiful thing.
Celebrate and save during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's 65th anniversary sale going on now. To commemorate 65 years, we're offering incredible anniversary savings throughout the store. Like $20 off this pillow pet bed, just $14.99. Steelworks welding stock is 15% off. And Morton Clean and Protect softener pellets are just $4.99. Don't miss incredible 65th anniversary savings. Plus, buy online and pick up your items in our convenient drive-thru.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
I was sworn into the United States Senate in a hospital. My wife and daughter had been killed in an automobile crash. And lying in the bed were my two little boys. I couldn't have imagined what it would have been like if I didn't have insurance that covered them immediately and fully. 40 years later, one of those little boys, my son Bo, was diagnosed with terminal cancer, given months to live. I can't fathom what would have happened if the insurance companies had the power to say, last few months, you're on your own. The fact of the matter is, healthcare is personal to me. Obamacare is personal to me. When I see the President of the United States try to eliminate this healthcare in the middle of a public health crisis, that's personal to me too. We've got to build on what we did because every American deserves affordable healthcare. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
It's the mattress sale you don't want to miss. The A1 Back and Better Than Ever sale on now. With savings of up to 40% on top brand mattresses. Get a Nectar or Dream Cloud. The only mattresses with a 365-night guarantee and a lifetime warranty. Plus tax included on every purchase over $499. And for qualified customers, 48 months free financing. Most in-store items available for immediate pickup or delivery. One location only. Stoughton Road, Madison. Don't miss the A1 Back and Better Than Ever sale on now.
The pandemic is reminding a Madison man of something we could all use a reminder of. Life is precious. He is going through intense medical and personal changes and has faced many others before.
Jamie Press spoke with him today. She shows us how that man hopes to inspire you to come out of the pandemic stronger than we all went in.
I have learned a lot of life lessons in a short amount of time.
For Derek Allen, one of those lessons is putting things in perspective.
I learned how precious life is.
In May, a series of stomach pains put him in the hospital.
Getting pain in my stomach, which we thought was ulcers, and it was not.
Allen was diagnosed with stage 4 inoperable pancreatic and liver cancer, and just a week later,
I had to have a COVID test. So I went to take a COVID test. The nurses called me later and said I was positive. My heart dropped.
Allen was already going through some rough times. At the beginning of the pandemic, Allen lost his job as a caterer at the Monona Terrace. Last year, his newborn son Mason died.
He was a preemie, and he only lived for 14 days. Then my sister passed away. She passed away of lung cancer.
During Allen's 14-day quarantine after testing positive for COVID, he was left sitting with all of this heavy on his mind.
I remember going down in my basement and screaming because I was so, I didn't know what to do or what to say. I was just I was upset and afraid and fear and afraid of dying. I'm not working, I'm unemployed. I got cancer and don't know what stage I'm in. And then on top of that, I witnessed George Floyd's death on TV, which also took a lot out of me, being a black man with black boys.
He took it upon himself to find strength within himself through meditation. Allen said right now he's on a self-healing journey to make it through this for his family.
This is one of those things that's like, get up every day, put your best foot forward, and try to plummet through, because even though you have cancer, someone else has maybe are going through something even worse than what you're going through.
With no date as to when doctors think his last days could be, Allen is hopeful he will make it through to share his newfound perspective with others.
And growing up in Chicago, that's all I did was survive and fight to live. So this right here, yes, I have no doubt in my mind that I'm going to survive it because of my mind state.
In Madison, Jamie Perez.
That's the only thing that keeps me going. That's the only thing that keeps me going.
News 3 Now.
A GoFundMe page has been set up for the family to help pay for the medical bills through this challenging time. A link can be found on our website, channel3000.com.
Here is some good news for you. We have another surge in our Coats for Kids tally. With another 220 donations, we are up to a total of 778. And thank you to everyone who has donated their coats, hats, gloves, and other winter gear. You still have until Saturday, October 10th to drop your donation at any Clinky Cleaners location. Well, last week we shared the story of a woman in Whitewater who is donating 100 handmade hats to Coats for Kids. Mary, thank you so very much. If you are a knitter or you use a loom like Mary, please consider making winter hats, gloves, or scarves to help those in need. We would love to give you an on-air shout out. And here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti with a look at our forecast.
Well, today's the last full day of summer, and boy, it felt like it out there. Temperatures were in the 70s, lower 70s, with bright sunshine. It was a very pleasant day. Three things you need to know in the forecast. We still have that wildfire smoke overhead. That's that milky white that you see in the sky there. But the mild weather will continue with above normal temperatures through Saturday. So expect high temperatures to be generally in the mid to upper 70s over that time period. We'll also stay dry at least through Saturday morning. Now, we could see a chance of a shower or thunderstorm Saturday afternoon, and then better chances for some showers early next week. There also might be a slight chance of a shower on Thursday. Some of the computer models are hinting at that. But fall officially begins, astronomical fall anyway, at 8:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. That's when the sun's rays are directly overhead the equator. Everybody has just about 12 hours of sunlight and darkness across the entire planet. Live view from the Edgewater Sky Cam shows that hazy sunshine with the smoke overhead. High today 73. Compared to the normal of 70 and the low of 48, exactly where it should be. Just a good day by the numbers. But notice the sunrise and sunset. I mentioned this last hour. Still greater than 12 hours of sunlight out there, and that's because the sun is actually a little bit below the horizon when we see it rise above the horizon early in the morning, and then again when it sets in the evening, and that's because the Earth's atmosphere actually bends the rays of the sun a little bit, so it gives us a couple extra hours or a couple extra minutes of sunlight. Powerful Hurricane Teddy will be heading up toward the Canadian Maritimes. Tropical Storm Beta affecting Texas and Louisiana with showers and thunderstorms. The slow movement could bring heavy rains to parts of the upper Texas Gulf Coast into Louisiana as the storm kind of drifts back toward the Mississippi and Alabama area by Friday. Some of that moisture could eventually make it up to our area perhaps by late Saturday afternoon. So for tomorrow, look for hazy sunshine, high temperature at 77 degrees. And as we check out the 7 to 10 day forecast, highs remain in the mid to upper 70s through the end of the week. Shower or thunderstorm chance returns late Saturday afternoon. A little better chance on Sunday, and then some showers and much cooler weather as we head into next week.
And coming up in sports, the Packer offense has been rolling. The numbers they put up in 2 weeks, and why Aaron Jones says that's a good feeling. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Wells Asphalt Paving, expert paving for over 40 years. Now offering $250 off your asphalt paving project. For residential and commercial, from new construction to replacements. Call today and save at Wells Asphalt Paving.
With Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go, kids eat free in September. In celebration of National Family Meals Month, get a free kids meal with entree. Because families who eat together have kids who do better in school. Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go makes eating together easy. Just order online and get no-contact curbside pickup or delivery. Choose from Chinese, sushi, fried chicken, lasagna, enchiladas, burgers, pizza, and more. Plus, get a free kids meal with entree in September. Order Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go today.
Joe Biden tried to cut Social Security and Medicare for decades.
When I argued that we should freeze federal spending, I meant Social Security as well. I meant Medicare and Medicaid. I tried it twice, I tried it a third time, and I tried it a fourth time.
Now, Biden's promising your benefits to illegal immigrants. President Trump is protecting Social Security and Medicare, lowering costs, expanding access, keeping his word.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
At iMart Express, we've enhanced our safety and cleaning standards so that you can shop safely and save. Get 2 pairs of glasses for under $40 and 2 pairs of progressives for under $80. Shop safely and save at iMart Express.
Right glasses.
Right price.
Right now.
Lately, we've come to appreciate what home has to offer. Right now at Feldco, buy one window and you'll get one free, plus no interest for 1 year. Then That'll help keep your home and your family warm, safe, and comfortable all year long. That's something we've been providing for almost 50 years. Let Feldco get you ready for colder weather. Buy one window, get one free now.
Final days, hurry. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Wells Asphalt Paving, expert paving for over 40 years. Now offering $250 off your asphalt paving project. For residential and commercial, from new construction to replacements. Call today and save at Wells Asphalt Paving.
Tuesday morning, we'll tell you how you can help those dealing with record-breaking hurricane and wildfire season.
And if you're headed to the grocery store this week, Consumer Reports has a list of produce you should buy organic to protect from pesticides. We'll see you Tuesday.
It's a small sample size, but 2 weeks into the season, the Packer offense has been rolling. They've gained over 1,000 yards and put up 76 points. It's been going so well that the defense has actually got into the scoring act this year. But they're not just doing it one way. Week 1, it was Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams in the passing game. Against the Lions, it was Aaron Jones and the rushing attack. So through 2 games, it's a pick-your-poison type deal for opposing defenses.
You know, not every play is going to go our way. Not every, situation we're in is going to be great. But, if something bad happens, it's on to the next play. And it's, everybody on the offense just doesn't flinch.
You want to score a lot of points. You want to be on one, clicking all on one cylinder and just have it running smooth. And to see that our work that we've been putting in is paying off, it's just like, it feels very good.
The first quarter wasn't the best for the Packers defense. First 2 drives for Detroit led to 2 touchdowns. But after that, they tightened up, holding the Lions to just 7 points in the final 3 quarters. And they actually scored a touchdown of their own to basically put the game away. So what changed? Well, the Packers had a little halftime heart-to-heart.
We just talked about it at halftime. We was not pleased with how we came out. The first drive, we gave up a touchdown, and that's unacceptable. We have a standard, and, we just hold everybody accountable to that. So second half, we came out. We wanted to make an impression early, and we was able to.
And the Brewers opening up a big 3-game series with the Reds, who are directly above them in the division standings and the wild card standings. So a series win would go a long way. This one scoreless in the 3rd. Got to win this game.
Yeah, big stretch here. Final, 8 games or so? 7 games?
7 games.
All right. And Aaron Jones wearing your sunglasses. I was a little surprised that you loaned those to him.
I lend them to him.
Yeah, I know. Those look sharp. All right, let's go to Gary. We had summer weather out there today, Gary. A little sunshine.
Yeah, still comfortable. Temperatures right around 70 degrees over southern Wisconsin. Look for a low of about 54 tonight. High tomorrow, 77 with plenty of sunshine. Temperatures stay mild for the rest of the week, but turn cooler next week with some rain chances for the first half of the week.
All right, Gary, thanks. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.